So welcome to Aftertalk. I'm Dr. Jane Ruby and just finished an incredible interview with Team Enigma's Sasha Latypova, who's back with me now. Sasha, thank you for hanging in there a little bit longer. This conversation about the DoD, the contracts, how we're the revelation that we are looking really essentially at, not only is the government gone, we were right about that, that through these DoD contracts, we understand that really there's an entity that is taking over our country from within, and that we actually talked about in the main interview, which, by the way, you can find on both in segments on my Rumble channel, Dr. Jane Ruby, or you can find the entire hour show on the Stu Peters Network channel. But Sasha, I wanted to get back to this revelation that you and I had in the show conversation, that the New World Order could very well be coming out of the United States, right out from under us. Right? Mm-hmm. And the one question, and then I want to let you run with this. The one question I've had with you and many other people, Todd Callender, all the other legal groups, is why would our DOD or why would our government allow the decimation of our own military? Well, now I understand it. If your evidence is leading you and I to the right theory, let me put it that way, then there is no U.S. government. There's nothing to protect the USA anymore. We are going to, like an infection coming out from the inside, going to become the New World Order to the shock of ourselves and the world. You know, this is, I just want you to opine on that a little bit. I mean, am I off base?
No, that's. I think it's correct. I mean, so this is, kind of speculative, but I mean, it's with a lot. It's a very educated guess, and there is a lot of evidence. I encourage people to look into it. So first of all, this is primarily driven, I think, by the central banks and the central banks of the central banks. So there's a Bank of International Settlements in Basel. That's the central bank overall, and we have the Fed, which is the central bank, and they're private. Okay, so this while it's called the Fed, it has nothing to do with federal government. It's private, and it's controlled by private interest. Who exactly is kept secret, but it has the power to create money, and whoever has the power to create money, especially the reserve currency like US dollar, has control of the world. So they own the world. And I encourage people to think about in analogies. I was explaining this to somebody. If you think about a shopping mall has shops and restaurants. You go there and you may know the owners of the shops and restaurants, but you don't know the owner of the shopping mall. And you may be able to look up the real estate company or their managers that run the shopping mall, but the principals largely, they may or may not even reside in that area, and you probably don't know who they are. And one day, they decide to redevelop the shopping mall, and they will kick out all the shops and restaurants, and that's their decision. So that's how it is, and that's private interest. That's how they're operating exactly. Now, for a lot of reasons, I also encourage people to look at Catherine Austin Fitts' salary report. She's excellent in this regard in finances. The capacity of the central bankers to issue and print unlimited US dollars is sort of at the end. I mean, many people said it was at the end 20 years ago. I mean, we're certainly getting close to that cliff point. And that's why they need to reset the world. They need to reset the currency. They need to reset the world. In order to reset the world, they need to drastically reduce the world's population, because it's much easier to control people and get them to comply if there are fewer of them, and whoever is left over is utterly terrorized and controlled by various digital passports, IDs, biometrics, all that. So that's exactly what they mean by a New World Order. It says so on the dollar. Okay, if anybody's interested.
The American dollar. Yeah, that most of you dollar, probably still have a few in your pocket, right? It says the New World Order. Okay.
Yeah, there's a pyramid and it says New World Order. So that's what they mean by it. That's exactly what they're trying to do and implement with this. That's why they are interested in culling the population and doing all sorts of other things and making money in the process, and private interest extracting value out of this in the process.
Right. Yeah.
So that's kind of what's going on, and that's why they have been. And again, it's a cabal driving it, and many people. You've seen the celebrities dropping dead from vaccines, so they're not special.
Right.
They're subject to call too. So even the people in the government, and you've seen all over the place. So it means that the cabal is really small. The people in the know are limited. The rest of you have to educate yourselves quickly on this.
Yes, very quickly. Yes.
Uh-huh.
And wrap your head around it. That's the interesting thing. People just can't, it seems so esoteric to them, so far away, they can't really grasp it. Because really, one of the things I want to do in the next few minutes that we have left with you is ask you your opinion on, the everyday person watches this show and many others like it. They're thinking, well, wow, that sounds so far away. And what can I do about the New World Order and the cabal and the money? But what are some of your thoughts about what you would recommend, at least categorically, that the average person focuses on?
Mm-hmm. Well, we can do actually a lot. We can. So first of all, on speaking up and educating everyone around you, and speaking up on this issue and writing to your congressmen, legislators, even if you think that they're hopelessly blue-pilled and controlled, you still need to do it because they need to know we watch them. We watch them like hawks, and we know about their shenanigans. So they need to be aware that we are fully aware and that we're watching them, and the resistance is going to be there when they try to pull something like this.
That's a great point. So that does make it worthwhile. When people say, write your congressman, I say, no, they're bought and paid for. But no, there's another purpose to it. Right?
There's another purpose to it. I absolutely encourage everyone to go and try to educate, even your local sheriff. Go have a discussion with them about this. Okay. Do they know this? Are they aware of what they're doing? I mean, maybe they are. Actually, a lot of them, it turns out, are. Sometimes I know that people, I think Todd Callender brought it up, they tried to go serve a local sheriff. He ran out the back door.
Yeah. Oh, he knew what was going on, but he was going to be bought out. So he knew he was going to be run out of town.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
but it made him run. Okay. So next time he'll think about it. So go do it.
I see. Yes. There is value in letting them know we're aware and we're watching. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
And of course, review your financial situation. Try to. I have a lot of examples of people who said, "I did this. They did some financial measures so that my wife can say no to the hospital when they force a vaccination on her." So. Also protect your family, protect each other, protect your family members. You can do a lot. Even, your neighbors and your family members can get together and establish these protection networks. Maybe you can do a community garden. Maybe you can figure out, okay, I can be a driver for these people who need to go somewhere. And, so some kind of a support infrastructure is very, very important in these times because we're going to have severe problems in this country soon. Financial, the shortages, energy crisis. So I would encourage people to think about these things and fallback plans.
Yeah. And one of the points that Edward Dowd made recently on my show, which I thought was fascinating because people don't see the upcoming supply chain issues and shortages as anything that's going to get close to them. Right now, they're walking into the grocery store and it's loaded with fruit and vegetables. They're like, what are they talking about? But what he explained, I thought was fascinating about the all-cause mortality. If 3.5 million Americans are dead, and another couple of, which is really the real VAERS interpreted number, and then another 2 or 3 million Americans are permanently disabled from these shots. And those 5 or 6 million are out of and those are the people between like 20 and 50 or something, like the young in the workforce. They're actually workforce people that he said that's how your supply chain is going to get screwed up and shrunk down in the next 5 to 10 years. So any comments on your thoughts about that?
Absolutely. So there are certain professions. I mean, so it's already affected our labor force. The labor shortage is incredible right now. It's already affected. I am in a very rich neighborhood. I assure you. I went to the grocery store yesterday. It's not as full as you would think.
I agree.
It's already running a little bit empty. And the labor force, he's absolutely correct. There is very little that needs to happen on the margin to crash enormous amount of sectors, and especially critical things like the water systems, infrastructure, grid. There are certain professions which are very thinly threaded. One person out, and nobody can service this particular piece of equipment.
Yeah, I had a thought the other day, Sasha, all those scenes from China where people are trapped in the high rises, those are young working level people. And it dawned on me with the chip shortages and, what better way to set up or to contribute greatly, impact and encourage the supply chain problems if you entrap, make sick, and allow to die your workforce. And maybe that's China's way of doing it because they had the cheap labor to develop the chips and the circuitry and all those other things. That could be coming. Do you see that as part of it as well?
Yes. They're purposefully, you see, they're crashing a lot of things. California, for example, they insist on everyone. So they're banning gas cars and they want everyone to drive Teslas, but they're also simultaneously taking out electrical grid capacity, such as Mount Diablo nuclear plant is going offline. And this is insane.
Oh
it's absolutely insane. There's not enough electricity, but they want everyone to drive electric cars.
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah, I got suspicious when they were putting out in big cities a few years ago, those scooters, use your credit cards. They always know where you are. But once that thing is uncharged, and you drop it on the sidewalk, I call them communist scooters because you couldn't go any further if that's what you were relying on. So it's a way to control and keep the population, from being able to get too far out of your reach. It's really sick when you think about it.
I know, because I grew up in a place like this. First of all, people don't realize this. They're going back to communist structure of control. Where I grew up, you could not leave your city without government's permission. This is exactly what they're trying to do. You couldn't go. You move to another town. Forget it. You had in your passport, you had a stamp where your address is, and that's where you stayed, and you couldn't go live anywhere else without getting, exchanging bartering apartments.
Yeah. It's amazing. You in the 21st century, you lived this. It's not like some George Orwell thing. You actually lived it and escaped it. And we're glad you did because you're an incredible American. You're an incredible patriot. And you've done such amazing work that I'm just really grateful for everything you've done.
Well, thank you, Dr. Jane. I don't know. I just had the system blinked, so I'm not sure if we recorded.
we're being watched, but
we're being watched. Yeah, I'm like, hi guys.
yeah, we're here. We see you. So just to repeat, Substack is Due Diligence and Art. To read Sasha's writings, and her presentations are on BitChute under Team Enigma. Anywhere else people can find your work and support it?
I think those are main sources. I don't charge for my content. I want it to be freely shared, and please use it to educate anyone you need to educate. And please try to engage with us. Please try to help us and spread the message.
For sure, it could be time for you to write a book, Sasha. Just saying.
Oh yeah, in all my free time.
Which is very little of it. I get it. Well, thanks again for being with us. And thanks for staying over for Aftertalk. I think people really enjoy this additional information. So great to see you again. That's it for Aftertalk. Don't forget to watch the Dr. Jane Ruby Show on rumble.com/Dr. Jane Ruby. Have a great night.